Welcome to FQLive episode 12. This is Enrique Fausto, your FQ mom. Today we're going to talk about suicide. Suicide is a very serious problem. It is a waste of precious life and it leaves a very deep scar among those who are left behind. Something that probably they won't be able to recover from for the rest of their lives. Worldwide, the incidence is quite alarming. It is the number 3 cause of death among the age group of 15 to 44 years old, and even the top 2 cause of death among the younger age bracket of 10 to 24. Although in the Philippines, the incidence of suicide is lower than that of the world average at 2 out of 100,000 population versus the world average of 16 for every 100,000 population, the trend is on the rise, and it is a cause for alarm. Netflix came up with the series entitled 13 Reasons Why. It's about Hannah Baker, a high school student who committed suicide, leaving behind 7 tapes with 13 sides discussing the 13 reasons why she killed herself. It was a big hit among teenagers, watched probably by millions worldwide. And, I wrote an article today entitled Disturbed by the 13 Reasons Why. You can find the link to FQMom and philstar.com in the comment section below. Suicide is a very painful and complex problem. That is why for today, I asked 2 experts to join us in our discussion. First, let us welcome the seasoned family and relationship expert. You see her all over in corporations, in schools, TV and radio shows, and in a handful of books. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the owner of AMD Love Consultants, Maribel Dionisio.
Hey,
Hi Maribel, thank you for coming.
Yes.
And of course, she is also joined by her colleague, also all over radio and TV, talking about love and family, Aiza Tabayoyo.
Yay.
Say hello to our viewers out there.
Good noon to everyone watching and following on live. And thank you for having us
Yes,
here.
we're going to really have a very interesting discussion.
Right. We want to help reduce this
Exactly,
statistics of suicide in our country.
Siguro we should start by mentioning that most of the suicide cases, and you can also tell us about your own cases in your consulting, these are related to the mental illness. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of suicide per se is normally an effect of those with chemical imbalances in the brain, and that causes depression primarily, and it usually, if not treated well, can lead to suicide or suicide attempts.
And this depression, when a child or teenager is depressed, then it can cause a chemical imbalance. That's why they normally need to see a doctor and check if they need medication to help them out. But what causes the depression?
Yes, let's talk about that.
It's not something that all kids can have. I mean, or
it's not like a stage that you have to go through.
Yes, it's avoidable.
Okay.
In many cases,
yeah, that's
especially
very good to know.
it's preventable in many cases, especially if the family doesn't really have a history of depression
in their genes.
Okay. If you have it in your genes, then be aware and how to further prevent it. You have to work harder at it. But with those who don't have a history of depression, these are day-to-day activities that their children go through that don't quite go the way they want it to go. Like, for instance, a parent who is either absent most of the time because they're working, whether they're working here or abroad, does not spend time or connect with them, so there's that feeling of somehow neglect and move to abandonment.
Yes.
So feeling of unloved, I'm not special. And that one, I'm not special.
Masakit yun.
Masakit na yun. masakit na yun. So there are many things that we parents might do unconsciously.
Yeah.
And we also say, we're working so hard for our kids.
Yes. Correct.
So we love them. How can they think that they're not lovable?
Uh-huh.
And we're, working for this school, for their whatever they need.
Their gadgets.
Maybe work less on the gadgets.
Yes.
And there is also this careless use of the word depressed. Do you
Yes.
notice that? That's why I tell my son, don't use that careless.
Just say sad first.
Yes.
I'm sad or I feel bad.
Mm-mm.
But I guess when the kids will say I'm depressed, you ask them, what do you mean by depressed?
Oh,
Ask
yes.
them for their definition because some can use it loosely, really.
Oo.
Yes.
And it's a cause for alarm kasi, di ba? Depression is really something very serious eh. And I'm reading this book, it's called Emotional Agility.
Uh-huh.
And it's very important to
Yeah.
teach our children and even us adults that we are able to name these feelings, di ba?
Right.
Hindi pwedeng, why? What, di ba?
Four basic feelings
Oh,
lang
sige
naman
nga,
yan eh.
sabihin mo nga yung four basic
Mad.
feelings.
Are
Mad.
you mad because your teacher did not prepare you for this test? Are you sad?
Are you
because,
sad?
you did not get the grade you want? Mad.
Glad.
So may happy naman.
Mm-mm.
The fourth one, afraid. Pero makita mo, there's
Afraid.
more negative emotions
Correct.
generally.
Yes, mas
Mad, sad,
matindi
glad,
tayo
afraid.
sa negative feelings.
But
Yes.
I guess that's also parang the norm there. But of course, there are a lot of synonyms of the glad, and we want to
Oo,
increase
para
the
may mga
level of...
split
Right,
differences
yes.
on
And
each.
combination of, for example, jealousy. I'm jealous. That's
Where does it fall? The
Oh.
jealousy would be under.
it's a combination of
Mad.
being mad.
Uh-uh.
Sometimes what is seen is that you're angry because you're threatened by someone else.
My best friend is not talking to me, is talking to another
Yes.
classmate of
yung
mine, di ba?
jealousy yan
Jealousy
eh,
and
di ba?
mad yun.
Beneath the mad can be sad.
Sad.
I'm sad that I'm losing you and
Oo.
and you're replacing me with someone else or
Yes.
something. But maybe beneath the sad is really being afraid
Mhm.
or fearful of the loss.
Loss.
Okay, so that's a combination.
So you can have combination of emotions also.
Correct.
And as early as hopefully 3 years old, when the baby start or the toddler start talking, you already help them express feeling. So instead of how are you feeling, maybe they start with I'm good, I'm bad, I'm okay,
Mhm.
I'm fine. Then you help them define what does fine mean. You mean you're excited?
Yes.
You mean you're glad? So give them words and help them say it. Especially to the men, to the boys,
O
because
yung-
they're
Mhm.
not so
Mm.
trained to
Mm.
express their
In
emotions.
fact, statistics say that 4 out of 5 suicides are committed by men.
Yeah.
By males, I should say, because some of them are not even men, they're still boys. You know,
Yes,
masaklat
yes,
doon eh.
yes.
And since Alan, my husband, is a
Oh, yeah.
toxicologist.
Mm. So he has
One of-
encountered a lot of this.
Yes, so what's a toxicologist?
Okay,
Sabi nila.
that's
The doctor who handles, who has the patient ingest. So they
Poison.
take something poisonous, can be an overdose of tablets or
Or drugs.
or
in
drugs
general,
or
removing it
alcohol.
to the-
But the suicidal cases that he has, later on we'll show some statistics there that they have at the National Poison Control Center, PGH.
Yeah, why don't you tell us
Yes.
about this now?
So, because what I hear from him, most of the male cases that commit suicide actually are successful. The men,
The men are more successful than
it's not so much that the men study and the women don't study the mode, but I think it's also because men by nature cannot really also express their emotions so
Okay.
easily.
Mm-mm.
So, talagang if they're thinking of suicide, must be very desperate.
Oo.
Really.
Because suicide it's really a cry for help.
Oh, that's why there are attempts. May mga steps yan. There are signals, but which parents will be able to show. But talking of adolescents,
Okay.
maybe this is the National Poison Control. This is poison and the total number of adolescents referred there would average 589 adolescents per year.
In the Philippines, yeah.
In the
no?
Philippines,
That's
yes, from
what Alan is
2012 to
encountering.
from the past 5 years, 2012 to
2012 to
2016.
2016. So
Yeah.
average 4 years of 589
89. And
adolescents.
look at
per year.
2015 was 502, but 2016 was 724.
Oh, ano
So
kaya nangyari nung
may rise
last
na siya,
year?
di ba?
Oo.
But percentage of intentional, so kasi merong accidental, may intentional.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yung
Yes.
minsan they put the silver cleaner in the
Natangahan.
bottled water. Or,
And
you
even
know,
the milk tea incident.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
accidental.
Oo, so hindi
so
counted na
percentage of intentional among adolescent cases would average 63% intentional.
Totoo, totoo.
So malaki. And
more than half.
yeah, it's more than half. So it is, I think, that group of those who ingest. Wala dito yung statistics of
Those who
Yung
jump.
ganyan.
yung slash, those who
Ah.
jump, or barrel. Hindi
Oo,
kasama yan dito.
oo.
NSO na
Ito
siguro.
yung mga ingested
Oo.
toxins.
Yes.
No?
Different
Pero ano
kinds
ba
of-
ang madalas na measure? Kanina you were
Sorry.
telling us, di ba uso yung we already know,
Okay,
like what Hannah Baker did, nag-slash ng
Slash.
wrist.
Oo.
Yung you were saying, tinatago
The
na
others,
yan.
siguro if they don't get the attention here, or sometimes maybe they don't like ever to be noticed, sa thighs, sa inner thighs, to keep it from the parents or other people also.
Because there are slashing that's skin deep, that doesn't really get to the vein. So it bleeds a little, but doesn't really cause you to a slow death, the bleeding death. But it's enough to try. Then, so far, what we've encountered, there are teenagers who do it, number one, to try to get attention from mostly the parents. Number two, it's to feel something, because they
Yes.
always say that, you know, I've been hurt, I've been neglected, I have not felt loved in a loved in a long time, that I really don't know if I still feel anything.
Do I exist?
Do
Parang
I
ganun na,
exist?
no?
What's going on with
Magpaka-philosophical,
my
ah.
body? Yes, I feel
Yeah.
so numb. So they try to facilitate feeling something, some sensation by slashing.
So it's possible that they really don't intend to kill themselves, but
Yeah.
they are just so hopeless na
Yeah.
bakit wala akong nararamdaman?
Yeah.
What is the sense of life? So may I cut?
Yeah.
Diyos ko, purutin nyo na lang yung sarili nyo.
Especially if it's aggravated by really chemical depression.
Oo.
When there's really a dark, the
Yes.
feeling of having this dark cloud
Okay.
perennially around you, and you don't feel anything inside you anymore, that really aggravates the thoughts or the ideation of suicide.
Mhm.
So hopefully the parents would see that, or anyone who cares, the surrounding people with that person would notice that.
Mhm.
Sometimes they'll be so happy. You said you met someone who's
Oo.
seemed very happy, but if you see changes in appetite, in not going through the usual
Behavior,
things they
ah.
like, and they
Grades
sleep a
get
lot,
affected.
grades affected.
Or if they're working, there's a change in terms of interest
Oo,
and
so
work.
we're now moving to the symptoms.
Yes.
Ano? So the usual symptoms are this, ano? Grades are affected.
Appetite
Appetite,
loss.
loss of interest
Wala
in
bang tumatakaw?
overeating.
Meron din.
Meron din. Basta
Meron.
any change from
Parang medyo
big
significant.
to small, small to big.
Oo,
A change
okay.
of behavior is you want to look already and find out.
Okay.
Di ba?
Because the others, especially in the initial stages, they try to compensate the stress and the depression with eating.
Mm.
So ganun din, because it's still sensation. They'll
Yeah.
try to see if that's gonna help.
Which reminds me, isisingit ko na isang question about
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Kasi sabi ng isang anonymous mom, I'm a bit bothered by my son's change in behavior since we're talking about it. He's 16. With all the suicide and depression scare, is it okay for me to ask him not to lock his room? Ano masasabi niyo dyan?
Mahirap sabihin sa 16-year-old, do not lock the room. Why, mom? That's my room. Baka mag-away pa kayo.
So, ano
What
kaya-
you do
kasi
is
how does the
To,
mother...
if you're worried, there are several ways naman of
Okay.
finding out eh. One is, you find ways how to connect with your son. If you had a good relationship before, then you know how to connect. Now, if
Yeah,
you
and
have
he
a-
will allow you to be his Facebook friend, di ba?
Right.
Or Instagram follower.
But if you are not as available to
Yes.
him as a friend, look around and try to meet up the friends, try
Yes.
to call them, be more involved in the school activities.
Mm-mm.
But really try to connect the friends, invite them to the house for
Correct,
pizza,
correct. Yeah.
And
Kaya mo
you
na
just
medyo masira yung budget mo.
Oh, umupo ka lang, maging driver ka, kung may mga lakad sila, they tell stories and so you just have to open your
Hindi pwedeng
your
alika
ears.
mag-usap tayo. Hindi
Yeah.
pwede yun. That doesn't
And
work.
do not ignore.
Hmm.
Do not ignore these signs. Oo.
Oo.
And then, you think of a way, you have to be creative, find a way how to get him out na, hey, we bought pizza, for us, or we're going to go for a trip, an overnight, or maybe a road trip or something.
So, what
So-
you're saying is medyo magpasatol ka, no?
Yes,
That's-
through the interest of your son.
And when the son starts talking, it would help that you postpone your sermon,
Yes.
postpone your judgment.
Puro data gathering
Oh,
muna.
baka naman, your barkada are not good influences in you. And the moment you start doing that, they will shut down and stop talking, stop
Yes.
sharing. So just go, oh really? Oh, that sounds interesting. And then just get as you say, data gathering. As the connection gets stronger, more information and maybe more influence, not control,
Yeah.
but more influence you'll have over your son. And you can subtly make suggestions.
And there are parents who come to us, especially that we take care of the parents because we give the parenting talks. If you're worried, you come to us just by talking to the parent. Don't bring your son first because
Okay.
they're not open to these things.
Mm-mm.
We will help assess your relationship history with your son or daughter and find out what's your style of connecting. Are you autocratic, permissive, or democratic? Then we might be able to help the parent na, okay,
Tweak
you
the
do
style,
you
yeah.
do more of this, avoid the sermon or avoid asking 16-year-old, nasaan ka na ba? Did you eat already? What time will you go home? They don't like those
You learn
questions
your
anymore.
homework. Yeah.
So we have to know kasi how to ask questions or
The
connect
right
with them
way, ano?
the right way for teenagers and young adults.
Mhm.
They're not anymore below 10, so we have to make changes there.
Open-ended questions
Yes.
will help.
Okay.
If parents get frustrated with how are you and getting an answer, I'm fine. It's because that's really not insightful, triggering question.
Can you
Insight
rephrase
triggering.
that question for the parents listening?
So, what's exciting about school today? Or
Or what was fun today?
yes,
Or anything sad that happened
Correct.
in
I
school.
heard you laughing on the phone
What was
with
that
your
about?
friend. Yeah, can you tell me what was that about? What seemed so funny?
Yeah, it's important that they don't really feel na, oh, may imbestigahan ako. No?
Yeah.
Which is connected to the second question. Sabi niya, I have a friend who has become a bit emo this past few days. How do I show her that I am here for her without being in your face, showing signs that I am really worried about her? We are 13 years old.
Okay.
Babae naman ito.
Okay, yan. I hope all teenagers will have a friend like her.
Concern,
You know,
concern.
be around, and if you don't know how to handle it, go to your guidance counselor in your school, or ask your mom if your mom knows how do I connect. Kasi she already sounds parang
May
naman
something, ano?
yeah, there's something, but she doesn't know how to go about it because she can be a good conduit to somebody and maybe bring her friend. She's not the one going to treat, but eventually bring her friend to a responsible adult who can help and check it out. So maybe let's pass by my tita's house, or let's go to the guys, I have something to do there or something, and then how to create an opportunity that this girl, the friend, will talk to somebody who might be able to help listen more and thresh out.
Siguro nung panahon mo, ang dami bang nakiki-free advice?
Ay, oo!
Siguro,
Go to Gita's mom.
Tita! Tita, this is siya yun.
And that's why I studied this family ministry course, kasi people keep asking me, as 21 years old, what about relationship, about marriage, but maybe because my parents were also in the family ministry already, so I guess I picked up already some skills that people knew. So by studying more, it really helps. Kasi that's a good sign already that she's a listener or her friend is somehow talking, but the next step is to connect with somebody.
Ayaw niya magpaka-obvious eh. So,
Right.
yun. I-connect kay tita.
No, siya mismo to connect with me. This girl who wrote you.
Yeah, sige.
To get help.
She can also check with her friend. Oh, I noticed you changed wardrobe. You seem to be wearing these colors now. You seem to be wearing. You seem to smile less. You know, just verbalize the observation.
Observation.
What's up with that? Then ask again an
No
open-ended
judgment.
question. Yeah, no
More
judgment.
of,
No judgment.
What's up?
Oh, ano ba yan? Mukhang may
Ano
problema ka.
ba? Problema ka naman. Ano naman ang drama mo? Anong drama mo?
Get out of it. Yun, that's not listening.
For all you know, it can be just, oh, I saw this on the internet and it seems like cool looking and I want to try it on. That's it. Maybe that's it. Or maybe it reflects, I want to wear black because it reflects exactly how I feel. Then, it can be a conversation starter already. Oh, so you feel black? Does it mean dark? Can you tell me more about that? And maybe she'll be able to open up.
That's why the listening skill which we teach, you don't have to be a counselor, but the listening skill we teach everybody because we need it anyway.
Yes.
How to listen to somebody who say, I'm wearing black because that's my mood today. Really? What do you mean by that? So you have to know how to ask questions that are leading and are not invasive to the privacy and yet helping.
Yes.
That's why we sometimes call it helping skills.
Helping skills.
Doesn't have to be the counseling skills.
Which is primarily what you're saying, listening.
Yes, repeat in your
#1.
own words, you paraphrase, I heard you say this, or I noticed in your face, or you said this word. What does that mean? I'm worried that you are thinking that way. Is there something more? I wonder.
Sometimes it's just a matter of someone really being present, attention, listening, and noticing.
Yes.
Because you can say, you're normally smiling more often. These days, I noticed that your eyes seem a little less smiling, and I don't see your teeth anymore.
Maski na very sad looking, sabihin mo, a little sad lang.
Para
lang, di ba? Di ba siya?
Postpone na the judgment. Describe what you're seeing.
Describe only what you see. Describe.
Yeah.
That's the...
Don't say, parang mukha kang matanda ngayon. Or parang di ka,
Magiging
sakit.
unfriend.
Oo, unfriend ka na.
Sige, let's discuss this third question from a parent. Sabi niya, years ago, a high school student committed suicide in my kid's school. The school declared a no classes day in honor of the teenager who committed suicide. Honestly, I felt uncomfortable about it. Holidays are usually for heroes that can be emulated by our children. Not to disrespect the memory of the teenager, but was it right for the school to declare such a holiday?
I agree with the mom.
Actually,
we might be sending the wrong
signals.
Oh.
Yeah.
But the school could have said, maybe this day we will spend more time listening to your concerns or learn more skills. We want to prevent what happened and all that. But if it will appear like, wow, holiday!
Yes, because of the emotion attached to a holiday.
Right.
Baka they say, oh, who's next?
We look forward to another day. But that's not
So the school has to be
appropriate.
very careful.
Yes. If the school has to declare a no school day, maybe because they're investigating, maybe because they need some PR,
It was probably more
something. I think the mere fact that the student told the parents because someone died, that means,
kasi maliliit pa yung anak.
right, that means whatever age group that is, it wasn't communicated clearly on what that school holiday was for. If the school really needs to do that, it has to be explained very well what it is for. Because to say that somebody died and it's a holiday, therefore they're rewarded and they're honoring the one who committed suicide.
So
just call, the school where our boys were, they just say study day or the teachers have a seminar. I mean, just make it If you have to have a holiday because you're doing something, but we don't have to tell the real reason anymore because these kids can be misconstrued. Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any stories to share of a successful intervention? Because we said it's mental illness and then it's parang pagkukulang din on the part of the family atmosphere, that would lead our teenagers and even adults to commit suicide.
Right.
Can you share with us a success story of an intervention?
Me, personally, I coached a mom who also turned out taking life coaching seminars herself. She started approaching us because the daughter, who was then about 16, 17, 18, was posting suicide thoughts and that.
On social media?
texting.
Okay.
Don't remember anymore if it's social media because it's quite a while back. Maybe, yeah, Facebook na rin. And then, she's been slashing. So, we said that you go to a doctor. So, they've been seeing a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist have been managing the medication of the daughter. Plus, the mom learned how to do life coaching. So, she knows how to ask questions, listen, reflect, paraphrase, and all that. And that helped. That seemed to help. At that time, that the daughter was entertaining thoughts of suicide. The father just died. So there was a trigger event of the loss of the father. So it was really a long time, but it was longer than the usual mourning period, because she's really in the teenage years herself. So that helped, allowing her to talk about it, allowing her to write stories about it.
Expressing it.
I think there were even a family group, both of them, the mother and the daughter, went to like a support group. We're together. They're talking about the loss,
grief.
Yeah, the grief, and then the spiritual support of the family, the whole family, also intensified. So the daughter is now just passed recently in the med boards.
Wow.
And she seems
really a success story.
And I see her, she's doing community work. She's not going to the main hospitals yet. So she's now in Binangonan doing surveys. So which means she has that already need to give back, pay forward. I've been there, I've been in that dark place. And now I want to help people become better physically and even emotionally, hopefully. So I think it's not easy because they really went through deliberate healing processes, both the chemical part, the talk therapy, and the spiritual part. So, but it can be done.
Yun nga, it's just the things were already happening then. There was a loss of a family member. That is what one of my problems was with the series kasi it was just all passed on to bullying.
Yeah.
We all agree that bullying is a big problem, but that's just like the last trigger, di ba? Parang switch na lang yan eh. Something was already happening in the child, but that was not discussed at all. So the meaningful discussion that the team behind the series is hoping for, I think, kukulangin. Kung ganyan, you know?
The story, I have stories of that sort, but other stories, this one is parang one step further. Parang, they already noticed that the grades are going down.
Yes.
There's a lot of fighting with the siblings. And they see that their daughter is not happy with the other siblings, and also they came together with the daughter. So we discovered that this child growing up, 11 years old pa lang young. It's not yet there in suicide, but it can move to that. It's already unhappy and difficult, and so the parents already addressed it as early as that. So even those things, my gosh, it took us like 10 sessions to. Of course, I had the parents longer in session because the parents had to help. No, because the parents become parents without information. And the older sister was an easy child. So parenting skills
hindi masyado na-develop.
But all families will have one challenging child at a certain point. So ito yung second one yan na challenging. The parents were now at a loss how to handle it. Then comparison pa, rivalry, mas magaling si eldest sa ganito, sa second na naman feeling low. You see that the self-worth of the child is also being affected because of the position, and then also about the talents, not as talented as the other. And especially if these are two girls and then followed by a boy here, di nawala na, lalo na special place because second girl. So there are factors that we take a look at. And it's a good thing the parents addressed it, and we had to give the parenting skills and information to the parents on how to handle. We had like about 3-4 sessions lang with a 11-year-old. And if similar cases that they are older, we bring in sometimes the other family members and talk to them how to also relate with each other, because that's also a cause for unhappiness for a child. So even at that level, please parents, address them already, and not say nag-aaway-aaway lang yan. Because if your child tells you, their children, "Ma, bring me to somebody."
Really?
Yes.
That was my next question. Kasi parang somehow the society still puts a stigma. If you see
It's the parents. But these children kasi, the guidance counselors have been, I think, on the whole, effective in having a more positive picture. They know guidance counselor. Most schools have a guidance counselor. They can go for help there. Bring me to somebody, not in the school. I want outside that I can talk to so that nobody in the school will know about it. Or they have this feeling of baka machismis siya. So, outside. So, if your kids ask for that, please go get help.
Yeah.
Already for
Do you have any contact
numbers
that you can share with
Yes.
our viewers? Kasi, di ba, early
I know.
detection nga,
Yes.
early intervention is the
Yes.
way to go.
Oo.
Dahil pag pinaabot mo na, sayang na yung plano niya, itutuloy na niya yun. Di ba?
Actually, any parent who did not take, we give a 2-day basic course on parenting.
Yeah, di ba
My
yung
eldest-
pinag-uusapan natin kanina? Yung sabi ko, yung dream ko, gusto ko dapat you should have a license.
Right.
Hindi pa parent.
Because, parents have lives in their hands. Just
If you
as
get-
surgeons, just as engineers, just as drivers.
Exactly. Tapos ang tagal
You get
pa, di ba?
seminars. For that, parents, wala.
If you need a license before you can get married, then all the more you should need a license
Yes.
before you bring a child.
I mean,
to
if
Yeah.
even they say, you have 2 kids, I have 3, you have 3. These are 3 individuals that we want to bring to this
yeah.
Philippine society who are confident, capable, and productive.
Calling all the lawmakers there. License before you become a parent.
No, and,
Tutulungan natin, Maribel.
No, and Senator Bam and
Oh,
Senator
yeah.
Joel have been inviting us for hearings because of the rising cases of
Of
bullying, suicide,
Yeah.
teenage pregnancy, and the
trolls.
trolls.
Yeah.
And you know,
Cyberbullying.
for one solution to all these problems is effective parenting. If the parents know how to talk, if the parents know the value of connecting and making regular time, 20
time.
minutes per day per child.
Disciplining
Minimum.
properly, not the old school way of just, I'm the parent, you follow me, in the autocratic way. It will make such a difference. Funny, and if I can just share, I always love that story because in those Senate hearings, the DepEd is always represented. So we're saying that you should empower the parents, and the DepEd commissioner said, yes, it's not always the school's fault.
Yes.
And then we say, we should educate the parents starting in school, so it's back to
School na naman.
Because it's the most structured area where we
uh.
can start
Yeah.
educating.
Before you
My
get a
dream,
diploma.
if you have the dream, our dream is if parents learn these 4 sessions of 3 hours each.
Minimum.
Minimum. Diba? Before their kids get to grade 3. So you have kinder 1 and 2. You have 3 years to learn that. If the school, you bug your schools to organize these talks. There are several of us who give these talks on parenting. Then it will equip you with these still basic skills and knowledge on parenting. My son Rafael, who's now 31, he was 2 years old when I attended 4 Friday sessions of 3 hours each. Your classmate Lizzie Antuno was the one who
si Lizzie. Hi,
yeah.
Lizzie.
Yeah, who gave it. And my gosh, the information was amazing. Soon Alan attended also. So we were now on the same boat on how to go about it.
Yes.
And of course, you have to continually do your maintenance work of attending seminars, and eventually I got into this kind of work.
Yeah, siya na
So
ngayon.
I really learned a lot more. I'm just so happy I learned a lot more
And you're
because
teaching it
and
now.
really teaching, not only that, enjoying my kids.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
right.
And so for more parents like Isa who has
Isa
younger
has
kids,
young kids.
diba?
Yes.
9
Yeah.
and 11.
I have 9 and 11 who's entering their teenage years. So
Yes.
I'm also bracing. Hopefully all the theories I learned, we're gonna apply and do
Yeah.
prevention.
I think she's
for
on the
trauma.
prevention already. And then we
Right.
will add more information down for you on
Right.
handling the teens.
We
And
need
this the time,
structures also.
and
no?
this the time the midlife of the life of the parent is
But-
kicking in. So
Right. And even our parents, this is our stage. We're dealing with teens, we're dealing with our midlife, and we're dealing with
Our parents are getting
aging
sick.
parents,
Getting sick,
right?
yes.
So
So,
they're
life-
sandwiched.
sabi sa Ilocano, narigatibiyag. Life is hard. But it can be made easy.
Life is hard if you don't have information.
Yes.
But if you have information, you will know now how to handle whatever situation.
Right.
And there's a lot of planning that's really needed. Because we become parents without education. So, bakit hindi mahirap? Wala. We become husband and wife. There's training, pero kulang pa rin. You know,
Or you
need
just
maintenance.
you copy what your parents did or didn't do
Oo,
exactly the
oo,
opposite if you
ganun na
didn't.
lang.
So that's the
Agree.
mindset also we're trying to change. It's not like when you go to counseling, there's something wrong with you.
Yes, we have to remove the stigma.
Right. Sometimes it's really proactive. Like you go to hospitals now, there's a wellness center.
Oo.
Not just because you're emergency case.
Not just
Although
because
we
you're
see that
sick.
too.
So there are two components kasi when they consult. It's the educative and there's a curative. Stay
Yeah.
away from
Doon
curative.
tayo sa ano.
Doon sa educative.
proactive na.
So
Yeah.
it's prevent or repair.
Right.
Mas,
Repair
mas
or
madali
repair.
yung
Yeah.
mas madali yung prevent, although hindi siya urgent looking.
Oo.
Diba?
Yeah.
Hindi
Because
urgent
the symptoms will come out in teenage years.
Mm.
And I tell parents, nako, you don't like 10 sessions
Yes.
meeting up.
Mas mura. Mas
Yeah.
mura educative.
Yes. And mas mabigat sa dibdib yung repair part.
Oo.
Ano, mas
Not to
Mas
mention the
matagal,
pain.
mas mahal,
Pain.
mas masakit.
At saka yung kung ano ng damage.
And the
right?
parents, parents mean well. They
Exactly.
love their kids. No
Yeah.
question about that.
Mm.
Thing is, each child has a different definition of love.
Yes.
So if you don't have this knowledge of how to handle each one, you can get lost. It's saying naman the energy of the parent that's not meeting the need of that particular child.
Right. Napaka-interesting ito. Itutuloy natin ito over lunch, okay? So, that's all the time that we have. Suicide is really a very painful and very complex issue. And usually, like any other complex issue, like money, which is our usual topic on FQLive, we sweep it under the rug.
Right.
And when we do that, we do our family a disservice. Instead of being able to healthily discuss and support each other and prevent that looming danger from happening, we allow it to happen. And when suicide happens, it's not the only one who dies, who committed suicide who dies. Everybody dies a little.
Yes. Yes.
They would be carrying that guilt and pain probably for the rest of their lives.
Right.
So what we could probably do is to take a more proactive stand on this. Let's educate ourselves. Mental illness, which is the usual cause of suicide, is an illness to be treated and managed.
Can be already.
Yeah.
It's
It should not be treated with condemnation, but with compassion, just like any other health challenge. And maybe when we do that, we would be preventing the senseless loss of precious life. Maraming salamat ha. Ang
Yeah.
ganda ng
Thank you.
usapan
So they can
natin.
just check our
Okay,
Facebook
please
page.
say that.
our Facebook page. You can contact us also at AMD Love Consultant or
The cell number is 0917-592-7735.
Okay, we'll also add that in the comment section later para dun sa mga gusto na makipag-appointment kay Aiza at saka kay Maribel dito. We will try to answer the questions that you will put in the comment section, but we will end our session today. And today, FQ takes a new
Yeah.
meaning.
Thank
Instead
you
of
so much,
financial
Rose,
quotient.
I'm sure many parents will love this.
Yeah.
We need the money, but we like also this family
Yes.
love.
So ngayon, family quotient tayo. So with that, cheers!
Cheers!
Hi, FQ! Yes.